From the report we are getting, Donald Trump is angered by the forged letter by the FG, and at the same time, US now have copied US have copied UN on the breakup letter on Nigeria. What do you think is entailed in this letter? Do you think the division of Nigeria now is inevitable? Because we've seen the Congress and the House of Committee, they are talking about Nigeria breakup. What is your take as regards this move by the foreign committee in the US?
Yes, the US government has also made that a very public through the US lawmaker Rally Moore. We have also seen Ted Cruz come up to make it very clearly that there's no actually going back. Nigeria has not been able to meet up with the conditions given by the US government, which was also echoed a few days ago, just like you are going to watch this video, but there is a developing story about what that letter actually means. I'm not talking about the forged letter. I'm telling you now, there is serious tension. The lobbyists within the structures of the US government are the one who actually use the White House staff, to publish a letter that was written to a fellow president that was not signed. Trump is already, angry. But in the development, according to the motion and the bill that is already in motion now in the United States of America about Biafra and the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been echoed by the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, headed by James John. And in that process, we noticed that Mike Waltz, and his colleagues also made it very clearly that there is a particular letter that has been sent to, the same letter that has been sent to, a United Nations, and that we learned allegedly or reportedly that have been copied to Aso Rock. That means Nigerian government have been hiding, an official break-up letter that has been delivered to Aso Rock. Most of these things now we are being revealed, and that is why the U.S. Congress is already, mandating the United Nations and to the Guterres to act immediately. This is no longer, funny, because if you see what the U.S. is coming about with, it is sending a serious panic. That was why, on the process of what triggered the forged letter, published by Aso Rock that Trump has celebrated, or Trump has said something about, look at, we are still talking about that 12.5% tariff sanction has already been landed on Nigerian government for telling lies, for that forgery. Trump has cancelled every tariff.
Was this intentional, or was it a mistake, or do you not think the president is just trying to do a damage control? Because we've seen in the time past, just like you said, they cannot meet up with the condition that have been given to them. Do you think that Aso Rock are in big fear? And again, we've seen that, don't forget that Biafran delegates are making serious move in the White House. They are making big move in the Israeli Knesset, and other countries like Brazil, Germany, they are backing Biafra. Do you not think that's why President Tinubu is saying, no, I cannot be the last president. No, my own lifetime, I'll be the last president of Nigeria?
Let me just tell you, we are very correct, and that was what a lot of people don't know what triggered, it was something that was happening, diplomatic push and war that was happening behind this scene that, triggered the Nigerian government publishing that, letter, because there was pressure from behind that they should make it available, that a signatories has been, seen or published or made public that has already signed for the breakup for Nigeria, according to what the U.S. lawmakers and Congress is telling the United Nations to compel Aso Rock to publish copies of an agreed breakup over the non-compliance of the conditions given in the past by the United States government, even before the bomb landed in Sokoto prison. In Sokoto, or the US bomb landed in Sokoto, they have been given conditions on that. But Nigeria has not been able to fulfill that. But you see, this is actually what triggered what we are seeing now, the former NATO chief Walid Ferres, we are seeing, Mike Was, we are seeing what is happening in the Congress now, and from what we've gathered, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Nelson Mandela has made history. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's name is not there. In fact, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has broken the Guinness Book of Record as being among the blacks, the first blacks to be discussed in the Congress. After Nelson Mandela, the next person is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then, if Nelson Mandela can get freedom for people of South Africa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can equally get freedom for Biafra, because today the White House correspondence, has entered it as a history. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Nelson Mandela is the only two blacks in the history of America, 200 and close to 300 years of history of America, 1879, to have been, discussed in the Congress. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made history. But let me come to that to also, inform you what is going on. Today, the United Nations and also the American allies have ordered that the former NATO chief, launches International Freedom Coalition, as organization, which has also been launched. It has also been launched, and what does International Freedom Coalition actually stand for? Is that means Biafra is is building a formidable ally. It's not just going to be a nation that is going to just to emerge. They are making it solid as a potential ally for many countries associated with Israel and America allies, and that is why the US government has, signed Biafra into, International Freedom Coalition. That International Freedom Coalition is being led by a man called Walid Ferres, who happens to be a NATO chief, and of course, a pro-Biafran European lobbyist. So back to the issue we are actually talking about, that United Nations is waiting for Asurok, to publish a letter that has been sent to them, which we are signatories to issue of a breakup, and that is actually what is going on now within the circle of leadership in Asurok and of course in Washington currently now.
But we saw what John James said yesterday. He said that Sharia must be, and do away with. But do you think that the Sultan, do you think that the Nigerian government led under Bola Ahmed Tinubu will discard and finally do away with Sharia law? Because we've seen the Sultan Sokoto saying that the US government don't have what it takes to tamper on Nigeria constitution. Do you think that Tinubu will do away with Sharia law in Nigeria?
That would be very difficult for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I can tell you that Bola Ahmed Tinubu might not likely want to stand that pressure. And I can see he's even finding his way now, because no country can go against the United States of America. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release case, has become an American issue currently now. It is, yes, a lot of people say there may be delay. Why haven't they taken action? It took America 46 years or thereabout to warn Iran of what is happening today. 46 years. They will be giving you time. The day it will happen, it will happen. But one interesting thing about Biafra is that it is something that will no longer be that is connected to lives. And we're recording that 219 Christians are being killed on daily basis across Nigeria. 219 Christians are being killed on daily basis across Nigeria or more. So on that note, Biafra becomes, a refuge to save Christians and a refuge to, allow Christians in Nigeria to have their own nation. So it will come quicker based on what is happening now. And the more they are making it public, the European Parliament are also discussing it. Then they are now looking at, you see, that's what makes Muslim the kind of very significant. This case is very significant. The more they are discussing about Christian genocide, the more they are discussing about Biafra, the more they are discussing, the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa at the end of the day. And remember, though we will come to the issue of Simon Ekpa and definitely what is going to play out, definitely. So Tinubu, in his panic, unknowingly published a fake letter, to just create an impression. But, this is not what we ask you to publish. What we ask you to publish is the official letter that was written, which Asurok we are signatories to, since you have violated the rules and regulations and conditions of continuity as a nation, unity in Nigeria as a nation, for Nigeria to continue as a nation, without breakup, has been flawed. Then why didn't you publish that letter that shows clearly? And because, the letter is all about, that a Christian nation will be created out of Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not want to publish that angle. So then it was a backfire. It was a mistake. It was out of a jittery, and anxiety that they actually, threw that letter that was dated on the 6th of July and was published on 26th of July. A letter that would claim that got to without Trump's signature on it, that was supposed to be published on the 6th, in less than 24 hours or 48 hours, was now published on the 26th, 6th and 26th. You can see, something wrong is going on in Asoro. Total confusion. And that is what it is at the moment. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seeking through liberation through the back door. And it's becoming tighter and tighter. I can tell you, Donald Trump you are seeing today is unpredictable. You cannot predict Donald Trump. Donald Trump can wake up anytime, any day. The happenings between Israel, Iran, United States, and other within the Middle East tells you, that Donald Trump, is neither here nor there. He can decide to do anything at any point in time. But now that we're having a lot of Republicans in the Congress who are guiding the principles of recognition of Biafra in the White House, taking it step by step, if I give you one of the functions of James John in the White House, you'll be surprised. One of the functions of James John in the White House as the committee chairman on foreign affairs of the United States of government includes, a breakup and recognition of nations, treaties and organizations, signed, and agreement signed. And so a lot of things are built up within there. That's later, and that is why the United States government now singled out, James John, who is also contesting for governorship, I think in, if I can remember, Michigan, United States of America. And that Dr. Ngozi Rabeze is also contesting for governor in Georgia and all that. A formidable force is building for the recognition of, Biafra as at the end of the day. But, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has become a hero at this point in time. And you can see what that has actually brought to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. His name has been registered in the Oval Office as the second black man to be discussed in the Congress.
But do you think a lot of people are saying Donald Trump might go in or arrest these people that, some of the government officials that started this agenda of him? Because if you go to Jonathan Truth and go on social media, when he wrote to the Argentine, government, we saw boldly and clearly where he wrote letters to, there were recordings and stuff like this. But for Nigeria, there was no letter of such. And do you not think Donald Trump can, go for the arrest of the people that perpetrated this act?
Yes, it's because of the lobbying that we are talking about, just like Ted Cruz also said, the lobbying, Tinubu's lobbying machines in Washington has put him into trouble, that how can they go there and bribe their way? I think the lobbyists themselves are overwhelmed. They couldn't get result or convince Donald Trump to what were. So they decided to just throw anything at, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, unknowingly to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was just, just a trap. That is not what it was supposed to be. But the fact still remains as it stands today is that the congressmen have also alerted the United Nations. Most of these things. See, they alerted United Nations because they know. They told. If you look at that video very well, they told Guterres, to take note of what is happening in Nigeria, and also to make sure that they have copies which Asuro were signatory to over the breakup of Nigeria. If they fail in their own category to respect the agreement that was entered, and one of these agreements was also mentioned at the floor of the Congress. What is the abolition of Sharia, and of course, the total eradication of the Sokoto, but the North does not want it, and now they are trying to push that Arabic, Sharia, should be studied in all the universities and primary schools in Nigeria, and that's what the current Bauchi governor, is already, talking about. So you can see that, there's no way they can escape this. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows very well. And what he's trying to do now is that, if it becomes too unbearable for him, definitely he's going to throw in the towel and begin to publish several agreements and signatories that they have in Asura that has linked to the certification of Biafra. I remember that I told you some time ago that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has secretly signed for breakup of Nigeria.
Thank you.